I often heard people say that college will be the best years of your life, and I also now believe that it was definitely the best time of my life. However, that's not the whole truth. For me, college was a beautiful blend of freedom, excitement, and exploration, but it also came with moments of confusion, uncertainty, and anxiety. When I joined SRCC in my first year, I struggled to figure out what truly motivated me, while I saw my friends with clear goals. They knew whether they wanted to go for a job or a master's or pursue sports as a career, and they were even sure what domain they wanted to work on. Whereas I felt lost when I started my college journey. Hence, while most of my friends seemed to have their career goals figured out, I started college with zero knowledge of what I wanted to do. So I did what everyone was doing, participating in societies or taking up internship. But I often found myself questioning whether I was on the right path and if this was truly what I wanted. And while I did everything that a typical SRC student would do, I still faced constant rejection. It wasn't that I didn't give my best, but others were doing it really well, or they were much more motivated to do those things since it was important for their end goal. Hence, for me, the pressure to make things work and the repeated setbacks left me feeling lost at times, and I doubted myself for a very long time. But now, after everything, I realized that each failure was a normal part of my self discovery. Those failures have now become stepping stone to understanding who I am, what my true passions are, and what truly makes me happy. So, in the end, I'm really glad that I went through it all. Even the moments when I felt like I was failing, the entire journey turned out to be a process of self discovery. My whole process of self discovery started with setting an end goal, that was securing a decent job after college. I knew competing with the brightest minds would be very challenging, so I decided to take up a more strategic approach for placement. So instead of building a generic profile suitable for all type of companies, I chose to focus only on a specific type of companies. With this clarity, I firstly started figuring out in which domain I wanted to see myself working in future. Fortunately, in my second year, during a conversation with my hostel senior, he told me that he had been placed at an impact consulting firm. Curiously, I asked more about it, and he explained how there is a unique impact space where companies tackle social issues not as non-profits but by earning profits through the services, creating sustainable business in the process. Coming from rural background, I always wanted to work on something similar, but I didn't know that I could build even a career in this field. So that day, I convinced myself that I had found my passion. From that moment, I dedicated the rest of my college time to building a profile in this impact space, primarily through internship at several impact-driven companies, so that when placements come, I could secure a job in one of them. But when placement season started, I faced endless rejection. I had tailored my entire profile specifically for impact companies, but when they came to campus, the highly competitive batch and rough job market made my chances of getting placed on those companies very low. I ended up facing rejection from almost all the companies. Eventually, since the end goal was still to do a job, I decided to take whatever opportunity came my way, regardless of the type of company. That's how I got placed at an advertising company where they hired me solely because of my work in content. But since my ultimate plan was to join an impact focused company, which I was not able to achieve, I felt like complete failure. However, while working at the advertising company, I realized that I genuinely enjoyed the work I did here on a daily basis. Surprisingly, the role turned out to be something I truly liked. Social media client servicing, running Google and Meta ad campaigns, video editing, production, learning about how movies are made, and much more. Every task I performed was something I found engaging and fulfilling, and the work was something that I could even do happily after my office hours. But my heart still leaned towards working in the impact space and contributing to the country's development. And then it hit me, why couldn't I combine these two, which is my willingness to contribute for a social cause and my knowledge in the content space, and build a career in this vertical. That's when I started exploring more, realizing that there was a much bigger career prospect in this field. Now, through the skills I gained in my first corporate job and my passion for social impact, I'm excited to share that I'm in the process of building something from scratch, something that will ultimately serve a greater purpose for me and others. I'm still figuring things out before I officially announce it, but I'm glad that I landed in the right company after my graduation. The experience is definitely helping me to build something meaningful of my own in the future. And it was then that I realized working in social impact wasn't exactly my passion. Instead, it was something I deeply wanted to solve for, whereas my true passion lies elsewhere. So while most of my friends got placed in big corporate firms and earning much more than I do, I'm equally happy to be in a job that excites me every day. One that allows me to explore and create something new and creative. So the entire placement experience was incredibly tough for me. There were days when I didn't even want to leave my room, but over time I learned to embrace the uncertainty. Through all of this, I realized that college years are meant for experimenting, learning new skills, and experiencing life. Every bad experiences teaches you something new about yourself and the world around you. So try everything to figure out what truly inspires you, whether it's joining societies, taking up internships, or something starting of your own. This is the time to explore and take chances. While some people find their passion early on, others like me need some time to figure it out. And that's completely okay. And this journey, I would have been able to discover and complete it without some very special people. Continuing my tradition from the first and second year videos, I want to take a moment to sincerely thank some of the most important individuals who have been a significant part of my college journey. Firstly and most importantly, Arman. Arman was one of those rare people who genuinely managed to detach himself from the rat race of SR. He was doing what made sense to him, not to anyone else, and that was what made him so unique among everyone else. And obviously, I think he was my biggest support system throughout my second and third year. Whenever I was stuck with something, even if it related to my family, I just needed his advice. And then I knew exactly what to do. More than just friendship, he taught me how to actually live life, not for others but for myself. Secondly, Devij, the most hardworking person I have ever met. He was someone who truly believes in his dream of playing football for this country, and his unwavering dedication to his passion always had a ripple effect on me, inspiring me to chase my passion just as hard. From the very first day I met him in the hostel to even today, he has always pushed me to become a better version of myself. Amitesh, the so-called bully of our hostel, but to me a true gem. Our friendship started with a small fight, but that fight led the foundation of our bond later. I'm so glad that we connected deeply in our final year and got to experience every emotion of friendship together. I'm equally grateful to Vishal Chaudhary from spending most of my third year in his hostel room to witnessing his entire MBA journey and being a part of it. I've learned so much from him, especially how gracefully he worked hard and achieved his dreams. Shailesh, from being unofficial roommates in the first year to official roommates in the second year, and then living in completely different location in the third year, we still lived our final year just as we did the first two. Nothing changed from the first day to the last. Our bond remained just as strong. Shiraj, from first semester online classes to offline classes, he has seen my actual journey, and I'm equally grateful that he was someone who could understand me just by looking at my face. I'm also equally grateful to everyone I met in the hostel, be it Guru, Yukesh, Adil, Amal, Pratik, Priya, Thomas, Bhuvnesh, Ganesh, the whole Telugu gang, and every single one of my hostel mates. And of course, my entire batch, who have now grown into amazing consultants, investment bankers, marketers, professional athletes, and much more. Each one of you has been an incredible inspiration, whom I want to thank for being so much supportive of my journey. And considering this, I think the only regret I have for my college days is not taking much initiative to talk to people. I was in a position where I could easily start conversation with anyone, yet I hesitated. There were many friendships that I formed on my last day of college, and I just realized how amazing those friendships could have been if I had been more open from the beginning. Be it Rohan Gurbani, Jay Malhotra or Khushi Jaiswal, I am truly grateful to have everyone from my batch. And a sincere thanks to all my incredible seniors, from whom I have learned just by watching them follow their paths. Their initial influence on my life still motivates me to be better every day. Be it Pranay Bhaiya, Sabit Bhaiya, Salik Bhaiya, Rohit Bhaiya or Akshat, I am truly grateful that my path crossed with all of you. And I am especially grateful that I am still in touch with my bestest senior, Sahel Bhaiya, who has been more than family to me. When I entered college, I knew that somehow I would be able to build a good relationship with my seniors and batchmates, but the most unexpected bonds were with my juniors. From meeting Ansh and Pegu initially in my second year and sharing my hostel memories with them, to bonding really well with Lalit and Vicky at the end of my third year and spending my final hostel year with them, I cannot imagine my hostel life without all of you and how much more comfortable and enjoyable you guys had made for me. Bonding with non-hostel junior was comparatively less, but I still remember one random day in the library when I ran into this guy named Avishkar with long spiky hair. Later he sent me a message appreciating how much he loved my second year video. From one meeting to another and then working together in business conclave, we bonded really well, something I'm still grateful for, and now it's truly my privilege to include you in this video. And saving the most special for last, more than just a junior, someone I truly see as my own brother, Parav. Truly grateful that I was able to build a bond beyond just a senior-junior relationship with him in college. Seeing him lead the 98th batch of SRCC makes me incredibly proud of everything he has achieved. So these are some juniors whom I got to know personally, but I'm equally thankful to each and every junior I have met. You all were amazing. Thank you so much for your incredible support. I'm grateful every single day. And lastly, my wonderful professors. To every professor who taught me, I'm truly grateful. And I'm also really glad that I bonded with some of them and built a relationship beyond classrooms. Some professors even told me that I had become the face of SRCC, which is beyond words to describe. Firstly, I want to thank Anuj Bhatia sir for all the love and support he has given to me. And secondly, Harish sir. On my last day of college, he spoke to me for more than half an hour and encouraged me to never quit content creation. He told me that while his college has seen many famous female influencers, he wants me to become the first male influencer from this college that truly makes a mark. And most proudest thing, he would often give my example in every classroom he taught and how I'm trying to do something through my work or content. I never had the privilege of being taught in the classroom by both of my best professors, but I'm really glad that through my content I was able to connect with them. So after graduation, I had to say a lot of goodbyes, and now it's very difficult to stay in touch with everyone. Over time, I've came to realize that people come and go not because of you, but because they have their own stories, struggles, and paths to follow. Each person leaves behind lessons, and every goodbye creates space for new connections. Now, 8 months after graduation, as I sit at my office desk writing this video draft, I realize just how much I miss the freedom of college life. Corporate life isn't as easy, and adulting really hits hard. The day I left college, I didn't feel such heavy emotions, but looking back now, I truly miss those carefree days. But more than anything, I am grateful for all the experiences and the invaluable lessons I have learned. And today, I want to share some of those lessons with you. Firstly, embrace uncertainty. Life rarely goes as planned, and that's where the beauty lies. Third year was a turning point in my college life. It was chaotic, emotional, and full of surprises. But it also set the foundation for my future. Be kind to your family. As I grew older, I understood the sacrifices my parents made for me. The distant family who is working tirelessly are simply trying to ensure a better future for me. So make sure to call them daily and make them equally a part of your journey. Don't compare your journey. Everyone has a different timeline. There is no point in comparing yourself to others. Forgive and move on. There were instances where I could have easily held grudges against many people, but holding grudges only weighs you down. Forgiveness heals better than revenge could ever. And that's what even Arban used to always say me. If you're kind enough, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. What you spend years building, someone could destroy overnight. Build anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give the world best you have got anyway. And when you say in the final analysis, it is between you and your God anyway. So always be kind and believe in God's plans no matter how bad things turn out to be. And lastly, be grateful. I left college not with a sense of loss, but with gratitude for all the experiences, friendships, and lessons I gained. So my last year at SRCC was a journey full of emotions, allowing me to experience the best of my college life. From managing 75% attendance to creating a farewell video for my batch, I learned the art of balancing responsibilities and cherishing every moment. Obviously, graduation was difficult, But my batchmates, juniors, and even professors showed me with all the love and appreciation for my 140-day reel series. I had started the series simply to ensure that I create content with full passion and must graduate with plenty of college memories on my profile. But what I never expected was for it to create such a massive buzz across the entire Delhi University. Many of my followers who couldn't fulfill their dream of getting into SRCC told me that they lived their SRCC dream through my reels. That was really humbling. For the longest time, I believed that my content was nothing extraordinary, something which anyone could do. But after this series, I've grown more confident in my work. There were many days when I was extremely tired, but my love for content creation kept me going. Even now, the impact of that series makes my heart race with joy. I receive countless DMs from SR alums. One alum from Ahmedabad told me how my content truly stands out on the internet. He also mentioned how they proudly show his batchmates what SRCC truly look like through my videos. Many of my SRCC mates mentioned that the reels I posted were widely shared among their family groups and beyond. Also, the best compliment of my life I received was from Divya's mom. She mentioned that whenever they miss him and couldn't talk to him, they watch my reels. That for me was one of the most heartwarming moments of my life. Even the college professors would enthusiastically ask me to feature them in my reels. I'm truly grateful that my content doesn't remain just about me. It was about everyone living this SRCC life, dreaming of this life or having already lived it. And most importantly, I'm really glad that who couldn't make it to SRCC, my content allowed them to experience this magic just as the same. To all the small town students who often down themselves when competing with students who are coming with a solid background and feel themselves at a disadvantage. Initially, even I used to doubt myself thinking in this way, but now looking back at it, I realized that I have been able to discover my passion because I had that freedom to think independently and explore my true interests. Something made possible because my parents never imposed their choices on me. They simply wanted me to be settled in life. So coming from a rural middle class background, which I used to be considered as a major disadvantage for me, has brought so many positives into in my life. I used to believe that having a well-established family background was a major privilege for many of my friends. But now I realize that my greatest blessing was that no one in my family forced their perspectives on me. They allowed me to experience life in my own way and truly discover my passion. To all the juniors who have joined college, I was exactly where you are 3 years ago. Coming from a government school, I didn't even know how to speak English. But things changed for the better and I became the best version of myself by focusing on my strengths. From being rejected by SR's photography club to becoming the driving force behind the creation of the college's own media and PR cell in order to strengthen its PR more in future. From facing rejection in the interview of tech team of SRCC Business Conclave in my second year to leading the same event in my third year as a head and achieving the milestone of more than 100k followers in Business Conclave Instagram page and later on earning the recognition that no event at SR is complete without my reel. I believe that I have come a long way and I know this is just the beginning of a much longer journey. So as they say, these years of college are meant for experimenting, learning new skills, meeting people and embracing new experiences. Every moment teaches you something about yourself and the world around you. And most importantly, never compare a journey with anyone else. When I started college, I used to compare my success or failure based on everyone around me, the people I was sharing my stage with. But now I realize that I should have seen my journey not in terms of where I had reached, but in terms of where I had started. In colleges like SRCC, it is easy to forget our past circumstances and we strive to be best in comparison to everyone else without considering where we began versus where others started. So always compare your starting and ending points and focus on how much progress we have made along the way. And to all the CUT aspirants, unlike SRCC, no other undergraduate college alone can provide the kind of exposure that SRCC offers. Trust me, no other college. This institution has something valuable for everyone and every graduate leaves with something to cherish forever. Believe in yourself, work really hard, but if things don't go as planned, never stop striving. Keep pushing forward. To anyone navigating college life or early adulthood, remember this. Take risks and explore. Build genuine relationship. Accept that not everyone will go as planned. Be kind, stay humble and live each day to the fullest. And most importantly, don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened.
खड़ा हूँ आज भी वहीं कि दिल फिर बेकरार है। खड़ा हूँ आज भी वहीं कि तेरा इंतजार है। छू लो जो मुझे तुम कभी, खो न जाऊं मैं रात दिन, नजरों में तुम हो बसे। कह दो जो